Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 342. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh my goodness. How is everyone? I'm just kidding.
We're fine. How are you?
I'm good.
How's Wilkes-Barre treating you?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to do a little something different because it's April. And, you know, with April comes fooling. And so, you know, on April 1st, you can't even get on the internet barely at all. And so we know that we have Black History Month where I bring black facts every week. And then we have December where we read the bad Christmas movies every year. And this year I talked to the fellas, excluding Chris McCracken, on purpose.
I got no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. We're going to make April Bad Dad Joke Month because we know Chris enjoys
I
it.
understand.
And so me, Ed, and Tim, for this first week at least, each brought a couple dad jokes with us, and we'll share them during our weekend updates. And this is all because we love Chris so much.
That's right.
So do I need to bring them next week? Is that how it works? Or
Sure, why don't you?
Okay.
I just wanted to do one at least where it was a surprise for you.
Yeah.
That we're starting off April as Bad Dad Joke Month. From the Married to the Games guys. We're just going to, hopefully by the end of this thing, we have something every month. That'll be fun.
That would be great, man.
Nice.
All right.
Funny enough, when I was looking back, because I was thinking about doing this month, and as I was looking back, I was like, oh shoot, when did we do that with Chris?
Yeah.
And it was last April.
Oh,
it just
snap.
happened to fall in April.
Was it really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
I didn't have to even twist it around to do April Fools.
That's
I like it.
But I don't know if we did it this early in the month, but I'm probably going to get oops. Maybe it wasn't in April. Just kidding.
Get those.
Novocella's on it.
Yep, those
Exactly,
historians are on it. Don't worry.
Tim, you want to start with some dad jokes and tell us how your week was, brother?
Sure, man. So I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day.
I thought you were being legit for a second. I was like, wait a minute. What?
April Fools, Chris. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh, geez.
Oh, okay. That was good. All right. And
Yeah, I like that.
one more.
Oh, yeah, sure.
If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest?
I see what you did there.
They might be.
Hey-o.
Hey-oh.
All right. Now, Piper's topic of the week.
Yeah.
3 goals. She scored 3 goals on Saturday.
Whoa, hat trick.
Whoa.
Our
Wow.
suck. Yeah, we got a Hattie. We have a Hattie in the place. It's perfect. Our team is actually not sucking right now. It's great.
That's
Cheers.
It's actually been really good. So last week we had a game on Monday and then a game on Saturday. And man, I think the girls it's starting to click. We had a practice this Tuesday and things are kind of moving a little bit. So I think we're on our way to the World Cup, baby. Here we go. No, I'm kidding.
I know that's right.
But it's been.
Did she have her knees slide down? That's what's important.
Nah, we're still working on throw-ins, brother. Come on, we're still working on throw-ins. Ball
Throw-ins.
over behind the line, throw it over your head. Don't jump and throw it. Don't lob it. You know all that stuff.
But you can bend your knees, right?
Oh yeah, you could bend your knees. You
Okay,
just can't
good.
lift your feet off the ground. So
That's right.
But see, what we're also teaching them is you throw the ball down the line, and then the person who throws it goes toward the goal. The person that gets that ball passes it over and then shoots and scores. So that's the goal. It'll never happen,
Okay.
but at least here's hoping.
That's what we're working on.
That's what we're working on.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Like they're starting to learn spacing and passing, and so the coach and I were like, sweet. This is great. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere.
I like it.
After 4 seasons together, we're finally making a difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's all good. But yeah, my girl scored 3 goals. It was really awesome. And man, this past week has just been kind of same old. just working a lot, and this puppy is just peeing everywhere, and it's fantastic.
God, doggone it.
Sheesh.
It's like she's everywhere, man. It's like this.
Really?
No, it's not. The good thing is that we have mostly hardwood floors in the house, and she tends to do. So it's an easy cleanup. We have a playpen for her too, and she's peeing in there, which she's not really supposed to, but
that's like peeing on your own pillow.
Well, that's the thing. She's also peeing in her crate, and her crate is tiny. It's the tiniest one we could get.
You mean like when you wake up, or just anytime she's in there, she's going to go in?
Like, it's one of those things where because she's 2 months, and we took her to our vet on Friday, and just she got a shot, and we were just kind of going over everything, and they're like, look, you got to probably about another 2 to 3 weeks until she can really hold it overnight. So, cut back on water early, take her out like right before you're going to bed. If you happen to wake up, or if you hear something and she's up in the middle of the night, take her out, and that's what I've been doing. And so she gets up with me at 5, and then I take her out, and then I bring her upstairs, and we play a little Far Cry New Dawn together. And, and she goes back.
How's she liking it?
She's great. She's going back to sleep. So
nice.
She's not grabbing and trying to bite my controller, which is nice. But yeah, so it's just the process. We just have to go through this. So, I mean, I can honestly, if there's poop in the house, I'm fine with that. That's an easy cleanup. It's the peeing, because especially if it's on a rug, then it's like you blot it and try and soak it all up. The hardwood floors is obviously the easiest way. So we're just dealing with it. And Thaxton's definitely getting along better with her. They were out playing this evening and just kind of running around and chasing each other. So that's good and very encouraging. He still gives me this look like, dude, when is she leaving? Seriously. And I just feel bad for him. But yeah, it's going well. So the puppy thing is there. Piper's just still over the moon with this dog, and it's good. And we're getting her to be responsible and feeding her and taking her outside as well. And we're going on walks. So it's been good. It's
That's good.
Yeah, it's manageable now. And so I'm not stressing, if she pees, she pees, but we're doing everything we can every hour and a half or so, like getting her out. If she starts sniffing, we take her out. And the beautiful thing is we have jobs where we're not just going to keep her crated all day. She comes to this. That's true. She comes to the store. She's really good in the store, and then I'll take Thaxton and her, and we'll walk up and down Main Street and around downtown Franklin, and so that's been good. So yeah, it's happening. It's all good.
Nice.
Next week, my wife and I are actually going on vacation together without the kids.
Nice.
The furry kids. Her full-time employee, Jessica, is getting married at Finest Playa Mujeres, which is just north of Cancun, Mexico. I will not drink the water because I do not want to have any type of issues coming back. But it's going to be nice. This was she had invited us back in the fall when they had everything planned. Jessica's already gone down there. The resort looks amazing and beautiful. So it's going to be nice. Like, we haven't had just some time together since her birthday in October when we went down to Adairsville, Georgia at Barnsley Resort. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. We're just going to get away from it all. We leave on Wednesday morning at 5:30 in the morning. And weddings on Friday. Saturday we can kind of do whatever, and then Sunday we're back. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I think
Piper's not going. You guys are just going by yourselves.
No, and I don't know how we did it, but we convinced good old Mimi and Pop to take Piper, Thaxton, and the puppy. So I'm giving them. I got to give them something.
Snap.
Wow,
so they're not just coming to y'all's house and sleeping over there.
That's what we want them to do, but.
That's what I would do if a dog's peeing all over the place.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They're wanting to stay where they are?
Yeah, they're like, hey, just bring them over. They're retired and they just want to be in their house. I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, look, good luck with Piper, good luck with Pepper. But originally we were going to try and board Pepper, but we can't because she doesn't have all of her vaccinations. And our vet was like, man, we'd love to take her, but we can't. And it's, she could have serious issues.
You're the vet.
Right.
I know, right?
And most boarding places will shut that down immediately. Like, they'll look at her records and be like, nope, can't take her. So we kind of twisted them in a corner a little bit. But, I mean, we have other friends that could come by and help out. But, like, she can't even go to another friend's house that has a dog just because of that, just because of the vaccinations. We know Thaxton's vaccinated, but just with other dogs, like she just has to kind of stay away. So until her final shots, which won't be till the end of April. So I'm got a little bit of guilt and a little nervous about that, but Mimi and Pop are awesome, and they'll do it right. So I'm excited for that. So it'll be nice just to have a little wifey time and just be able to chill out, and be on a beach and just relax.
Be adults.
And be adults, and not have to pick up pee or worry about taking Piper to soccer.
Oh, you're picking it up?
Oh, yeah, barehanding it, dude, barehanding it.
No wonder it's taking you so long.
Exactly.
No wonder you're frustrated.
That's right.
It's hard. This pee is hard to pick up.
On the gaming front, I'm still in Far Cry New Dawn. I've been trying to clear most of the map, and now I'm getting back into the missions. I'm kind of starting to get a little fatigued by it. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little, but it's Far Cry, so I mean, there's so much to do. I don't think I'm going to go for the platinum on this because I really want to get to Spider-Man.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So, and that is definitely one I'll go for. There's a couple co-op things in this one. I don't know. I only had 3 trophies less than Far Cry 5 because it's multiplayer. I haven't gone back to it. I probably won't. So if I want to do any type of a Far Cry Platinum, the New Dawn one would be the close enough. I'm at like 55% right now. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yes.
But I still want to get to Spider-Man and get cracking on that. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it for me, man. So I'm getting my beach body ready and let's do this.
I like it.
Yep.
I know, that's right. Edward, you got some jokes for us?
Well, I want to first of all start off by just a public service announcement.
Okay.
Whoever out there stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word.
Boom.
Yeah, they did.
And you excel at a certain specific amount of skills.
Good job. Nice add-on.
Hey.
I got nothing.
I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs.
Yay.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And
Yep.
finally, Chris, I went to the zoo and I saw a baguette in a cage. And according to the little informational sign that was beside it, it was bred in captivity.
Hey.
That's something I feel like I'd actually see at a zoo with the little joke. Like, burr, burr.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little button there.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we had a good
slide
week.
trombone.
Sarah and I finished up the cruise that we were on, got home Saturday, and we just had a really nice time. It was just nice being together and kicking back, and a lot of Sarah's friends that are also Beachbody coaches, they were there, so we got to spend some time with them and just kind of chill and just kind of hang out and enjoy the time. When we got back, we took over Batman, the little puppy that we'd been dog sitting. Sarah's sister was watching him while we were gone, and we got him back, and it was kind of a... Today, the owners came over, and they asked if they could come over and see the dog. They didn't ask to come take the dog back just to see it. But we were a little nervous, so before
Did you say it's out for a bit? He's out for a bit.
I know, exactly.
He'll be back around dinner.
I told him before they came in, I was like, look, if you want to stay here, you bite the baby when it comes in.
Exactly.
You're like prepping them.
Yes.
So
But it was,
You have to sit the baby on the dog so it yelps, turns around, and nips at him. You're like,
That's
oh, man. I don't know what happened.
that's awesome.
but they came over, and he didn't bark. He was really well behaved, and I was like, oh, no. And their little 8-year-old daughter came over and was carrying him around, and she looked so happy, and I was like, oh, no. And
You guys are in trouble.
I'm really enjoying the dog, and I know if I am, I know she's loving this dog.
heck
You both slept with the dog.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Oh, the dog sleeps in your bed?
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
There you go. That's how you do
Oh,
it.
man. That cat must be like, what?
You know what?
Is
The cat, it's funny because usually when we dog sit, she stays upstairs and kind of quarantines herself. And she's downstairs with all of us all the time. She just, whenever he comes near, she's like, hey, keep your distance, you know? So it's kind of cool that the cat has sort of adjusted or whatever. But Sarah and her friends took Batman out for a walk today while I was streaming. And I was just like, oh man, The daughter looked like she was having a good time. He was really well behaved. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna tear Sarah apart if she's like, we would like our dog back now. So I was really nervous. I was like, and at the same time, we shouldn't expect to keep the dog. It's not our dog.
It's not your dog. Yeah.
But I didn't really realize this. Sarah let me know that apparently our friends who own the dog, that's what happened to them. Their friends said, we're away on vacation. We're buying this puppy. They called us and said, you need to come get it now or else we're selling it to someone else. We're on vacation. Can you guys come and can you pick it up for us? So Sarah's friends went and picked it up. And because she was at the time in her emotional pregnant state, she was like, I'm too attached to this puppy. We're not giving it away.
Nice.
So basically we're doing to them what they did to me.
Oh no. So what's going to happen?
So, Sarah, they came back from the walk and I was like, so what's going on? And she's like, yeah, I think he's ours.
Oh,
No
yes.
Apparently the dad in the family was like, yeah, we're not taking that dog back.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, we've got this baby. We've got a dog and a cat already.
He was saying that to Sarah, or he said that to the wife, and the wife had to relay it
to the
in a
wife.
nice way?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's like, so I guess we're probably gonna end up having you. So it's not a for sure, but it's a 95.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
man,
there.
that's what the heck?
Congrats,
I know.
man.
I need a for sure answer in here. If they come get this dog in like a month, I'll be
that's-
heartbroken. I'm not even in the
I'm
family.
driving up there.
It's pretty for sure because Sarah was like, "Well, how much did you guys pay for it? We'll be more than happy to give you guys money." And she said, "No. Jack, the husband said, we won't take any money for just give them the dog, and we're still going to give them some money for. We'll probably give them like a big Amazon gift card
There
with
you
a
go.
lot of money or something like that.
Nice.
But because they discussed that. I was, so right now it seems like it's pretty much a done deal.
Oh,
Dude,
snap.
That is
So-
awesome. Yes.
So yeah,
How do you feel?
I'm glad. I'm kind of like you guys. Once we know for sure, I'll be like, I can exhale and be like, okay,
Yeah.
That's
now
right.
we know. But at the same time, there's part of me that's like, this dog is in better hands with us because when they dropped them off, they were like, here are his doggy diapers, and I'm like, wait, what? So
Doggy
they had
diapers.
done
Nikes.
zero potty training with it. It's just like the most hands-off approach, and so it's actually when the first week he was having accidents. It's a lot better now. He's really improved in just a few weeks.
And how old is he?
So he is, I want to say about 3 or 4 months old.
Oh, perfect. All right. So you're
So-
just a little bit ahead of us, which is great.
Right.
So that gives me
Right.
hope. Awesome.
Yes.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's been a fun week, and it's been very good.
Oh, I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice. Gaming wise, I finished while we were on the boat. I finished The Room, the latest.
Oh, yeah,
iteration
the
of
puzzle.
Room.
Yeah.
And I'm like you, Gabe. I love those games, and I had
Right?
forgotten that I had it, so was excited to get into it again.
Especially on a plane.
Yeah, on a plane for sure. It's nice having a game that you don't have to be online with.
Yes.
So it's very nice. Played some Overwatch, still playing The Division 2, really enjoying it, having fun with that. Got to play a little bit with Chris and a little bit with some of the community this week. I finished The Walking Dead, the final episode of the final season.
And
Yes.
I
Oh, no.
when the end happened, I
Oh.
said on the stream, is this a cheat? I feel like this is a cheat.
no.
And so
Is it a snow globe? Is the whole thing a snow globe?
it's not quite that much of a cheat. But
Okay.
I think really what it is I went into it thinking, we all remember how the first season ended.
Oh, yeah.
And it just like, it tore us all apart.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
so
yes.
I go into this thinking, all right, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be emotional.
Yeah.
And we got to a certain part and I was like, oh my gosh, if this happens, I'm going to cry on stream.
Really?
And it didn't happen. And I was kind of let down.
You really wanted to
kill
cry.
Clem. Kill Clem. Kill Clem.
Well, I just thought no matter what happened, I want a big emotional boom.
Ending.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I didn't have that. I didn't have that emotional.
Doggone it.
If you've played any of this current season, they did something in the last episode that was super moving and powerful that I wish they would have saved for this one. And if they ended this one...
Oh, did they do the same thing that Lost did? Where Lost, like 3 episodes to the end, had the Richard episode or whatever his name was, and that really should have been the last episode.
Yeah.
But then they had a last episode, you're like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, they kind of did. And so after I finished it, I sat there and was just kind of like, maybe in a couple days I'll feel differently. Right now, I think they kind of cheated. I don't know. And still, I'm kind of on the fence of I wish it would have done what I thought it was going to do rather than what it did. But at the end of the day, man, it was a great series, and I'm glad I played it. And it was cool to have an ending rather than them ending with episode 2 when Telltale shut down, like we thought was going to happen.
Right.
So
yes,
I'm glad they got to finish their story.
I can't wait to talk to you about what happened.
Oh man. And then today picked up Borderlands, the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, man.
And I am excited about that. It's funny, even on stream, people were saying this looks so much better. And that's looking at a stream,
So did you pick it up just because it was the definitive or whatever you called it a second ago? Because you already had Borderlands 1, right?
Right. And I had it on the 360, and I picked it up primarily because they've implemented 4-player couch co-op. And so there's 4-player split screen that they've done with Borderlands. Awesome. And Nathan and I, my brother-in-law, would play it all the time, 2-player couch co-op. And so we're kind of excited to be like, hey, Sarah, Stacy, do you guys want to play with us? So that's really the main reason I got it. It does look really good. I saw people online complaining, surprise, surprise.
Oh, there's a shock.
About
What?
This
On the internet?
I know. It's in this day and age.
You would think they would have learned by now.
I know, right? But they were saying, why would you visually upgrade a 2D cell animated? It looks as good as it's going to get. And me thought, my thinking was, well, they've taken Snow White, they've remastered it. It looks much better now than it did before. And you can do the same thing. And it's kind of one of those things like when you watch a movie with CGI and you're like, oh, that's fake. It looks horrible. But you might not be able to pinpoint why it looks horrible. Your brain and your eye just knows something's off.
That's right.
And in that same regard, this looks better. I can't exactly pinpoint why, but it does look a lot better.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did see a side-by-side comparison, and watching that on Twitter, I was like, I don't see much of a difference. But when I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, this looks really nice.
You know what? I wonder if it had an FPS boost. And
that can
that's
trick
what you're
the eye.
picking up on.
What do you mean, like a boost?
Like, for instance, it's Borderlands 1, correct?
Yes.
So I don't know what Borderlands 1 ran at on PS3 and 360, but let's say it was like 30 frames a second. Maybe now it's 60 frames a second.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could be
in conjunction with some type of resolution boost, I'm assuming.
Right.
Yeah.
But so it was nice. It was fun to play it and hop in again. Any excuse to hop in again is a good one, and I'll take it. And it was a good week of games.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. Chris McCracken,
Yes.
what you got going on?
So my week is a little bit kind of the same as Router's in terms of it's like the same old, same old. Nothing's really rocking the boat necessarily at work as far as that goes. I did get a few more side photo gigs. I have one shoot that is coming up, photo shoot, that's coming up this Saturday, and I've taken on some product shots that I'm doing for this. It's
nice.
I've got about 25 of them. I shot 4 of them last week and then sent them as proofs just to be like, hey, just making sure this is kind of what you're feeling, because if it is, then I'm going to just go on and wait till I get done with all of them and send them to you.
Yeah.
And I got the go ahead yesterday that, everything's good. It's all been approved. Just continue on the way it is. So
nice,
going to be working on that over this coming weekend. Last Friday, we had a board game night. I always call them board game nights, even though the vast majority of the games we play don't have a board of any sort these days.
Yep.
Although the one that did have a board that we played, yet again, was Secret Hitler. And yet again, it was still a lot of fun. And yet again, I've not played with more than 6 people. So I don't know any of the rules for any of the bigger groups. One of these days, I'm going to go down that road and figure out how it differs, because I know that it's different. But a lot of fun. We had a really good time. We played another one called, which kind of oddly syncs up with this whole new month thing we got going on. It was called, Punderdome. And basically you just have to write a bunch of puns. You have a certain amount of time, and there's a certain cadence as to, you have these cards, and you read a pun on it, and if a person, whoever's turn it is to have the cards, they'll read these two, and if you can guess the punchline, then that person gets an extra amount of time to write their pun for the next two categories that are on the back of the cards. Never had heard of it. It sounded a little confusing at first when they were explaining it, like a lot of games do, but once you got rolling, it was, this is a lot of fun. And it really wasn't all that hard.
I was about to say, that sounds stressful.
I mean, it is stressful, and of course, there's some duds. Not everybody's hitting, home runs at each time with their puns. Some people, I'm sure, out there are. But when you just got a few really good zingers that were like, oh, it seems like each time, at least somebody would have a really good one. So it worked out
that's
really
understandable.
Well. Hey, there you go. But again, like I said, work's been pretty much just steady. There's nothing really to report there. It's just kind of the same old. So on the gaming front, as Ed kind of mentioned, got to jump in and do a little bit more Division 2. I'm still wanting to get in and do a bunch more. My buddy Kale did get it. I haven't been able to sync up with him yet. But I'm having a lot of fun playing with other people. I don't really feel like I want to play it solo, so if I look and nobody's online or something like that, I'll usually jump over to like Apex or something, because I just don't want to go figure out the division. I like being able to like, well, how do I do? Oh, okay, and then someone just has the answer. I don't have to go figure it out. And I don't care about the story, so it's like, well, I just want to play with friends, and that's where I've had the most enjoyment when I've played it that way. Because I played most of the the beta or whatever by myself, just to get a feel for it.
Okay, right.
And that kind of, I feel like that was enough. That's good. I just want to play with friends. A little bit more Overwatch, playing the new character some. I'm really looking forward to the anniversary event, which I think is next month. So ready for that to finally show up, because I'm just got all these coins. I just want to buy, all the new cool stuff and new dances and whatnot and everything. But that was a lot of fun. Apex, like you might imagine. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. I was thinking the other day, I was like, there's got to be some game that's coming out around the corner that I was wanting to pick up or whatever. I couldn't figure out what game that was. I was like, maybe I was thinking of Sekiro, but I knew that I was going to wait till later on when it was on sale anyway. So I'm just kind of sticking with my three there, the Division 2, Overwatch, and Apex, and I'm perfectly fine with that right now. I feel like I'm just satiated perfectly with that stuff. So
have you decided on Days Gone yet?
I do want to get Days Gone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it, because that's this month, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get it right away. I'm trying to pay off a few things, so financially it's probably not the best decision. So I'm trying to be a little responsible. But I do plan to get it at some point, but I don't know that I'll get it this month. It may be something that, when summer hits or something like that. We'll just have to see. But I do want to play it. I am way more interested now than I was, 4 months ago, like you guys too.
That's right.
And that is it for me.
There it is.
Nice.
Mr. Patillo.
Yeah.
Give it something. Give it something good.
God said unto John, come forth, and I'll give you eternal life. But John came fifth and got a toaster.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
So,
fifth. Well played.
So, Superman is robbing banks now.
Oh, no.
Oh, what?
I know. They've started calling him the Man of Steel.
Oh.
Oh, homonyms.
Oh, man.
Good times.
A woman walked into a library and asked a librarian if they had any books on paranoia. And the librarian said, they're right behind you.
I would like to actually play that out in real life. That'd be awesome. Some librarians actually had that opportunity.
I know. Dang it, I should save the rest of these for next week, but doggone it.
They're just
all right.
Too good, man. They're too delightful.
That's fun.
So how was your week, brother?
It was full.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
It was full of seeing people.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
I think it's the most people I've ever seen on one trip.
Oh, great.
Beautiful.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but I've been gone for 10 days, starting, on the 21st and got home on the 1st. And so, we went all through the great Northeast.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to forget somebody, but just bear with me. I'm trying to remember everybody I saw.
Wilkes-Barre with you?
Oh, Wilkes-Barre with me.
Done.
Okay.
Did you see in the Discord that the Barry thing got explained to us?
The responsible thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a terrible
That's
explanation.
horrible.
No, I did. I missed this. I
So they said so Wilkes-Barre is spelled Barre, right? Barry, like responsible. So if you take the first two letters in responsible, it's re. Mm-hmm. So they're saying that's what they were saying because the last of bear is Barre, Barry.
Yep, makes sense.
So he's basically saying you pronounce the R-E the same way you do as in the word responsible.
Sure.
Chris, you still with us?
Yeah.
I understand it. It's just a horrible.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know that I buy it.
Let's go with that.
But
Yeah, moving on. Right after
That landed so hard.
yeah, it did. So I got to go to Albany and see Holy Headshot and
nice.
his family up there. We went to a game place. Why I didn't take a picture, I have no idea. It's just because I'm bad at remembering that kind of thing. But they took me to a delicious place that had 60-ounce margaritas if it was your birthday.
Yes.
Whoa.
So I almost lied about it, but then I didn't want to be slammered on stage
Sure.
because I would have been at lunch.
Still would have made it for a good show, though. I would have loved to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is Gabe out here in a Speedo? And then I got to see Skinny Mac K and
nice.
friggin' Nutcase, Travis Pospisil, when I was in Rochester.
Very
So
cool.
that was really fun, hanging out with them. With Matt, I went to a place called, I think it's called the Strong's Museum of Play or something like that in Rochester, New York. And it's this museum that I guess this sort of the story is, it started as this woman's doll collection and has grown into this museum of play where it's like, whether it's board games or video games or, characters or, things like that, G.I. Joe, it's got like the history of that stuff there. And so they've got like this Monopoly board from like 1933 and it's round. And you're like, why is it round? And so I don't know if they used to make them round or what, but and they had all kind of old pinball machines before, electricity was playing a part. And it was just like really, really cool stuff and really cool to go see. They had a little case where it started from the very beginning of video game home consoles up till today. So it had almost every single one in there, but definitely a lot of the older ones. I didn't know that Pong was beaten by like 4 months by another machine. I think it was made by Magnavox or something like that. And so that was really cool, hanging out with those guys and seeing Travis. Travis and his wife Travis P came to the show, so they got to come and see me sweat for a living. So that was
nice.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's always nerve-wracking when you've got somebody in the audience.
Yeah.
You're
Really?
like, oh shoot, don't mess that. What? Yes, it's way easier to perform for strangers than it is to
Interesting.
perform for people that
I mean, I would
that know you.
understand that for, a noob, but like a seasoned
Yeah.
professional, I would feel like there might be a few little jitters, but I would assume like, man, once you get out
Nah,
there,
man.
it's gone.
Like, I would rather never do a show in Nashville ever
Yeah.
than
so funny.
do a Nashville show once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just stressful, man. You don't want to embarrass your friends and family.
See,
Like, this
I would
is
think
what
you'd
you
be
do.
like, oh man, I can't wait for them to see this.
No. That's not how it feels. I mean, there's a little bit of that. Like, it's a very small amount, but it's nothing I'm about to do.
Yeah.
I'm excited for them to see this. Like, when Chris comes, I'm like, oh, good. Chris gets to see how we make it snow at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I can't wait for Chris to see me do this moonwalk on the 19th song. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
that makes
Yep.
sense.
And then I ran into the Columbus crew. Man, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Leidy, Andrew Zimmer, Arctic Warlocks was another Matt and then Michael, who's Calm Fury on the Discord.
Nice.
And so got to meet up with all them. That was great. I don't know if I told you guys, but one of the first times I ever hung out with Matt Lighty and Aaron, he took me to somebody's basement. Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember that? And this guy had just like an enormous collection of video games down there. Anyway, that was Andrew. He was there. He came to the show as well.
Oh, nice.
And Andrew now, he just said, hey, I just finished my NES collection. I was like, what? So back when I first met him, he had just finished his N64 collection, collecting every game ever released for the N64.
Oh, wow.
And now he's collected every game released for the NES. And I don't know what he's doing next on purpose, but I know that he's like, continuing to pick up things, and he said he's got like over 100 something Dreamcast games and and stuff like that. So yeah, he's getting her done. So that was really fun. And what was cool about this time meeting people, it seemed like I never met just the person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, like, just the guy will come get me or whatever. But like, with Friggin' Nutcase, like he brought his son, and Friggin' Nutcase brought his wife, Skinny Matt brought his son, and then the two Matts brought their family. Matt, brought Aaron. The other Matt brought his son. Andy brought his girlfriend, not fiance. And then Michael brought his daughter. So it was just like a good time to like,
great, man. Good hang.
Kick it with everybody, and talk with everybody, and it was really cool.
That's awesome, man.
And had those days off in New York.
What'd you do?
I don't know, man.
It's all a blur.
Ate stuff and walked miles and miles and miles.
Mm-hmm. How was the weather? Was it cold?
Sat in parks that I didn't know existed. Yeah, it was cold.
Nice.
Yeah, it was real cold.
Nice.
So, but like not too cold to where you weren't going to go out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now this weekend, I don't know who I'll see other than I'm seeing my buddy Lisa Parks. Me and her go way back, and she married a guy named Nick, who's actually a part of our Facebook group and talks over there a lot. And so it's fun that, she married a guy that listens to the show. And so I'll get to see him on Friday in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Awesome.
And then the last two shows are Birmingham and strangely enough, Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Well, yeah. That's how you always want to end your tour.
That's where you end the show. That's where you end the show.
Clearly.
So, yeah, exactly.
The Lord said to Toby, I'll give you a great career, but you have to end the tour in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Good, man.
So anyway, and then the next week we've got like weddings to go to and bachelor parties, and then, tax day is coming, and my tax guy won't call me back. So that's not fun.
That's not good.
Great.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's just been life on the road. Everything's fine. I did crack open, I should say, that old Labo, those Labo kits.
Yeah? How'd they go?
Yeah.
Listen,
did it make it past
45 minutes?
These are not for the faint of heart. I think my kids, obviously unbeknownst to them, chose the two hardest ones to do to start. They had to have been. Now, we haven't done the robot. That's probably the hardest to do because it comes in a box by itself, and it's just the robot, and you have to put it all together. But Amara, the first day, wanted to do the fishing pole, and then Remy today wanted to do the driving one with the car. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. With the fishing pole, you have to build the pole, and then you have to build the dock that the switch sits in, and then it's like attached by a string. And let me just say real quick as an aside, this is genius level stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whoever did this stuff, like their brain works in a way that like I can't, like when I'm putting it together, I'm like, oh, how is this going to be? Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible the way this, and I know I'm late to the game because I'm cheap and I wasn't going to buy it for $80, which I still stand by. However, it's incredible.
That's
They come with a game. They come with a game card. You throw it in there, and that's what walks you through on the Switch or on TV, however you have it, how they go together. It's very well done. It's spoon fed, but I don't know if it's spoon fed enough to where Amara could do it by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. She maybe could, but she likes to rust, and she's a kid, and kids usually use all their strength for everything. So I think she would definitely like, when popping something out, would definitely rip something, and then, it's these things. Oh, man, I am so impressed with how these things work.
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
It is like, I would encourage anybody with kids, like, just get one kit and do it, and because it's genius level stuff. Like, whoever came up with this and how you have to cut it out is insane. Anyway, the car, the fishing pole comes with that too. The car one, which I didn't know, is two big pieces put together. It's the pedal. They make a pedal, so you make like the base, and then you make the part that goes up, and then you attach rubber bands on it, and then you put the Joy-Con in it to where you can step on it, and the rubber band picks it back up. So you make the base, and then you make the wheel, and then you make like the innards of like what would be like behind your steering wheel.
Yeah.
Right.
Genius level stuff in there.
That's so cool though, man.
It's insanity. So, it takes hours to put together.
Really?
And the kids did play with it, did love it, didn't break it. So that was nice. It is like, good cardboard. It's not like so crazy that you can't bend it, but it's like, good cardboard.
Yeah.
And so I think for the price that I bought it for, it's definitely worth it. $20. If they put out Labos from here till eternity, I buy every single one at $20.
Is that right? Wow. That's awesome, man.
It's so good. And it'll last because since they take so long, I'm only doing like one every 2 days.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm not doing that again today. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's so much. But again, I think I started in the deep end. And then like, I think the submarine and maybe some of these other things will be a little easier. Genius level stuff, man.
That's so
Nice.
cool.
That's really
Yes,
cool.
it's very cool. Of course, Apex, for some reason, I was playing Ungodly this last weekend. It was getting
There you
wins
go.
like all the time. It was really weird. And not Ungodly to where I was the one with the most kills on my team, like Chris, but like Ungodly to where I felt like I was really helping. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of revives going on, got a lot of distraction going on. I'm still trying to get that trophy on the PlayStation. When I play on Xbox, I don't care. I just play with whoever I want to play with. But because it's a trophy attached to beating it with 8 characters, so right now I'm at 7. No, I think I'm at 6. So I got to beat it with one more, and then I have to like earn enough to unlock the 8th character and then do it with them.
Yeah.
Which you're probably getting fairly close to that, I would assume.
Yeah, I think the second time around I'm getting close to it again. So
Nice.
anyway, just super enjoying Apex. And I don't really know where I'm going next. I think Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I told the kids and I told the wife, I was like, hey, when I get back in town next week.
When I'm not on the
think
road
we're-
where people can see me.
Exactly. Where
So
I'm in the
funny,
privacy
man.
of my own home where I can close the blinds, play with the kids. So that's what we're going to do.
That's perfect.
And I'm seeing Nate Bargatze next week. Oh, I'm so excited. He is funny.
Are you really?
He's a comedian.
Nice.
Yes, he's going to be here in town. He's actually from here.
That's
and
awesome,
Toby's
dude.
befriended him somehow on the golf course. And I'm very jealous about that.
Oh, no way.
But other than that, I'm going to his show and I can't wait because there's not a lot of things better than live comedy.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I appreciate all the love you guys gave us about last week's episode. We are always glad to when we can be funny for you guys or something
awesome.
happen and it be funny.
Yeah, man.
We really appreciate the feedback and
Yes.
and thank you so much for the love. I went back and listened to just the transition like 7 times this week when I was feeling down in the dumps with the recorder Jurassic Park thing. So, oh, so good. I was like, the guys won't be expecting this. I'll slide this one in there.
Perfect.
So, anyway, Router,
Yes.
you got it.
Yes.
Well, let's do
All right, we got some new releases. Get ready, boys. Power Rangers
Uh-oh.
Battle for the Grid for the PS4. Pressure Overdrive for the Switch. We Happy Few. They came from below DLC. PC, PS4,
Did they?
Xbox One.
At least they didn't come from the moon.
Enter the Gungeon, A Farewell to Arms for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission for the PC and Switch. Darksiders War Mastered Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Ancient Evil. That's for the Xbox One. Are they switching it so like this Black Ops Xbox gets a week in advance the next DLC? Is that how that works? Because it's
yeah, I don't know who they're
I never know
hanging
what they
out
do,
with half the
but
time.
it's out for the Xbox One. I'm assuming it'll be available for the PS4 next week. Dead by Daylight Ash versus Evil Dead for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Nice.
And of course, as Eduardo had said, Borderlands Game of the Year Edition for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Nice.
We did have two oops. Nathan Dugas gave us a double oops. Unfortunately, at Video Games, Final Fantasy VII does not have a physical version on Switch, at least not yet. I get what you were trying to say, but the game is only digital at the moment and has not had any physical version announced. Also, the Spider-Man scene you were talking about was in Spider-Man 2, not the first one.
Yeah.
Was that the train? Is that the one you were talking
We
about?
definitely didn't know.
Yeah. And Lydia said the Esports Arena in Arlington is actually technically called Esports Stadium. Esports Arena is a franchise of arenas in California and Vegas. Trademark Booyah. So that's interesting.
Okay. I still think they shouldn't be able to call themselves an arena.
Right.
If I'm just being... I mean, you can't sit 3,500 and be an arena. That's a large theater at best.
But is it a stadium? Because
it's definitely not a stadium.
Yeah, well, it's technically called the Esports Stadium.
I know that's what's crazy about it though. Is like a stadium.
It should be the Esports Complex or Esports Theater or something like that.
It would at least be a 360 thing to where you sit all the way around it, like any other. Right. You know what I'm saying? Stadium.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Listen, I'm not saying that's in the definition of stadium or anything. So anybody look up stadium. But I'm just saying when you think of stadium, you think of college football.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A big stadium. And 3,500 people. Come on.
Nah.
I think it's just their way to be able to use sports terms.
Yes.
With that, because it's clearly not to that level yet. Although it's to the level where they can build their own structures dedicated to their sports.
Yes.
So there's that. I'm sure that has something to do with that.
The Esports
I'm sure you're right.
Coliseum. There you have it.
Yeah.
Right.
That is it for me, gentlemen. We won't have MPD for March for probably another 2 weeks. So back to you.
There you have it. Chris McCracken.
Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of Sony PSN news.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so Sony Interactive Entertainment updated the PlayStation Store cancellation and refund policy this week.
Ooh. Yeah, they did.
Giving customers the option to receive refunds on pre-orders and content deemed faulty. So according to the PlayStation, I think they did a blog post about it, or at least the new cancellation policy, as you can find on their website, says that customers can request a refund for any pre-order purchase up until the day that the game releases, provided that you do not start downloading or streaming it. So there's that caveat.
Oh, you can't even download it.
Yeah. So the weird thing about that is it kind of leads me to believe that maybe from their end, for some reason, they can't tell if you've actually started the game. Because I don't see why... Because one of the features that they have on it, and in fact, it's one that I utilize a lot, because I leave my PS4 in rest mode, and one thing that you can turn on when it's in rest mode is automatic downloads. So that downloads patches and whatnot. And one of the other big benefits of it is that it will preload a game, usually up to 3. I think the earliest I've seen a game start to preload is like 3 days before it releases.
Yep.
Usually it's about a day or so ahead, I'd say on most of the games, at least that I've noticed anyways. Mm-hmm. So... I mean, that's a little head scratcher-ish to me. Like, I don't understand why that's the case. And it does say that you can also still request a refund up to 14 days after the game's release. But again, assuming that you have not downloaded the game or started streaming it in some way or another.
Huh.
So,
it's funny that they would have put download or stream. Like,
yeah, I don't understand the stream part
if
at
you
all.
don't download it. Yeah,
like, I don't understand that part at all. So
stick at the furthest away. Like, download is the first step.
Yes.
After buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can get your money back. Like, why not just stop there? They're like, they said you can't download, install, or stream. And you're like, What?
Yeah, I got to figure out how
What's that
people
mean?
are streaming games without downloading or installing them.
Yeah, the only thing that when I originally
right.
saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, maybe this is like them letting the cat out of the bag that they're going to add, similar to Game Pass, where like PlayStation Now is going to get PS4 games day and date, if it's like a Sony exclusive. But I was like, well, no, that still doesn't make sense, because how could you ask for a refund of a game that's in a part of a game service? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the whole streaming part means.
Maybe that means, like, what if they have, like, PlayStation original games that somehow go to Stadia where you don't install the game?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you know what it probably is?
What?
Chris,
I have no idea.
I wonder if they mean the stream thing keeps it in still the hands of the faulty thing. So say you downloaded a game, tried it, and it was faulty, and you asked for a refund, they gave you a refund. But if you streamed it while it was being faulty, they wouldn't give it to you back?
Well, it does say...
Because faulty means you would have had to try it.
It talks about requesting the refund. It says, up to 14 days after payment was taken for the pre-order, provided that you have not started downloading or streaming the content to your device. Like, that's the language in the cancellation policy.
Huh.
So your device makes me feel like they're talking about a Sony device, not just any device. But then again, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. That makes as much sense as anything else that you could read in here to figure out what that means. The other thing that I will say is that, so if you do make a pre-order, like a digital pre-order, and then you decide you want to cancel it and you meet all the criteria, you're not haven't downloaded anything. Let's say you're like 5 days out, reviews are hitting, they're horrible. And you're like, oh man, I'm going to cancel my thing. It will go back and it will put the money back on your credit card or however it was that you purchased the item, unless it's DLC. If you pre-ordered like DLC or season passes or anything like that you then get a refund for, it's just going to put it back as like PSN credit in your PSN wallet.
Gotcha.
So that's the one difference, is that it seems like the only way you can get it like loaded back to your credit card or however is if it's a pre-order game. But games that have already been released, so like if you were going to go and buy Borderlands and it's already been out for a month, and then you decide to buy it but you don't download it, you can request a refund. It's just that you'll only get PSN credit then, because the game's actually been out in the wild for a while. So there's some differentiator to that in their minds in that way. But I think this is definitely a good step in the right direction. Fortunately, I've not been one of those people that's pre-ordered a game and then wished I hadn't pre-ordered it, a digital one. But every time when I first started buying games digitally, that was one of the things I was a little nervous about, because I was like, oh man, I can't return it at all, because it's always said on the screen, hey, there's no refunds unless you happen to live in a state where it's, required by law. And I don't live in a state that's that way, it seems, because I've never been able to cancel mine. Fortunately, though, I've never been in a situation where I really wanted to. But I'm glad that they've opened this door. And coincidentally, this goes into effect basically at the same time that they stopped selling those full game codes
digital
at
cards.
retailers. Yeah, so it's. Right. I mean, it's good on them, because they kind of needed to do this. But that's not to say that there's not more that they could add into this at some point. Open up those walls a little more.
Doesn't it kind of go a little hand in hand with what you talked about last week? Was it you that brought up the fact that they had tried to copyright the way to refund or to trade in games that you've already used digitally and all that stuff? So I wonder if it's the beginnings of that as well, like just testing the waters with.
I don't know.
A patent or a trademark?
I forget what it was.
I think it was a patent.
Chris talked about.
I don't remember anybody mentioning it as like a patent or a trademark. What I remember mentioning is that I know that when Xbox was originally going to come out, they were going to have game sharing, where like you could let your friends borrow your game digitally that way. And then I think Steam or somebody else has at least toyed or mentioned the idea in the past about reselling. Like if you have a digital code for a game, and then you get done with the game and you want to sell it to a friend, or you could do that or sell it back to an online store. But I don't remember where that information stemmed from. But that's where I feel like things are going.
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. I think Chris had shared a link in a private chat, and we were talking about it. I wonder if it's the patent or just the ability to.
Gotcha.
You know what? Yes, now it is coming back to me. Yes, they did. They patented, or not patented, but it was some kind of Now it's all coming back to me. I know what you're talking about, but I don't have that article pulled up. I'd have to go search our little chat thing and find it. But yeah, it was a message I had sent in a private chat after last week's show.
Yeah, gotcha.
Maybe I can find that while you're chatting later.
Yeah. So this was a little So obviously April Fool's Day came and went. April 1st is a day that you don't even get on the internet or take anything serious because you're like, yeah, right. Like everything that happens, you're like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. And so what's funny is like my buddy that I'm about to see, her birthday is April 1st.
Oh,
So I can just imagine her parents being like, Lisa got here 7 pounds 8 ounces. Be like, yeah, right. And
very
so
Tracy Jordan of you sounding, by the way.
is it
Yeah, a little.
nice? I don't have a 6-pack. I got a keg.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Well played,
Thanks.
sir.
So one of the April Fool's things that came out, which I thought was done well, but was also really sad, was, and I don't know if it was IGN or Nintendo that did it. I think I saw it on IGN, but it was the whole everything on Switch thing that they did where it looked like they were doing like a Nintendo Direct or whatever, and they're showing what's coming out, and they're just showing like just all these games, and you're like, that's not on there. That's not on there. Oh, they're joking. And so one of the things that they showed was like Overwatch and Red Dead Redemption 2 and some other things. And so you're just kind of bummed because you're like, oh, none of those things are happening. Then all of a sudden, Best Buy, at least in their employee side of things, somebody starts leaking some information saying like Persona 5 coming to Nintendo Switch, which would be amazing. And I remember telling you guys, if I'm ever going to play it, I wish it was on the Switch.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be on the Switch. And then there was some other games too. And then, so Red Dead Redemption was one of the games that was like on the YouTube the April Fool's thing.
Yeah.
But then like a Target leaked that Red Dead might be coming to the Switch. And people, for the people over at Red Dead Redemption 2, rdr2.org, found, they said, disregard the date. We're not hopping on the April Fool's bandwagon, and this particular piece of news originates from the last days of March anyway. It says, after Target posted, then quickly pulled a product listing for a possible Nintendo Switch port of Red Dead Redemption 2, it seems like the game might hit the hybrid console after all. And I'm just saying, if which I would never think something like Red Dead 2 could make its way to the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I guess it's possible with, if they were doing a port hand in hand with, when they were making it or however that works. But I would play the crap out of Red Dead Redemption 2 if it was on the Switch. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
And Persona 5. And then there was one other game. I can't remember what it was, though. But there was one other game that they said was coming to the Switch that actually looks like it might be coming. I'll have to try to find it. But I just think that, like, I'm one of those guys that wants everything on the Switch. And I understand the Switch is not strong enough to have everything on it. But it's just too convenient to just take it wherever you're going and play something. So I want everything on there. What else you got there, Christopher?
So sticking with the PlayStation news, and this is not going to come as a shock really to probably anybody, but there has been a date put on when the servers will be shut down for Drive Club. That fabled game. It actually did come out, but the one that was going to kind of be like, oh, this is going to be like a club and you can all race together, and it's just was such a wannabe Forza, and it was not ever and never quite lived up to the hype. Now, I feel like it did get a lot better, and people I know that did play it were like, oh man, this is actually a really good game. And of course, they added in Drive Club VR stuff, and then they added the Drive Club Bikes mode or content DLC that they added to it. But the network, or excuse me, the servers for it are going to be going offline on March 31st, 2020. So you do still have some time. They are also going to be pulling the listing from the PlayStation Network store August 31st of this year. So between now and then, you could buy it if you wanted it. And there is some single player stuff. So it is a playable game offline. But so much of it is heavily tied into all of the multiplayer and the like, being with your club and everything, so that there's going to be very little that you can do outside of all of that stuff. But they're just good on them, at least for giving you the heads up way early to let you know. So if you're a huge Drive Club fan, the days are numbered, so get in there and race to your heart's content while you still can.
Yeah, sorry about it.
Wow.
Did any of you guys ever play Drive Club?
Never did.
No.
Because they came out with
Nope.
that was one of the things that they had said. So they showed it at E3. Then when it finally launched, it had tons of network connection issues. Its servers could not keep up with the demand that they wanted. And then they had promised the PlayStation Plus version, and it didn't come for like a year after the game had launched. It was supposed to be happening at launch. And I downloaded the PlayStation Plus version, but I don't think I ever started it even once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
The other two games, real quick, were The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Switch and Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Oh, okay.
So for fans out there, that's a big deal. To me, yeah, not so much. But for other people, it's a big deal. So I feel like we've talked about this lady before. Shirley Curry, no relation to Steph. She is the Skyrim Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she plays on YouTube. She's got 520,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Over there. Good for her. It looks like she will be making an appearance in Elder Scrolls 6.
That was so cool to see.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I don't know when that game's coming out, but it's just awesome that they announced that she's going to be in there, and she said it means a lot to her. She said, because I would be extremely happy to know that somebody else was playing with my character in a future Elder Scrolls game. So good on Miss Curry, man.
That's awesome.
That's like, you got to be happy when, I don't know if she's a good person, but I love when good stuff happens to old people.
Yeah. She seems like a good person. And at the very least, she was the one who, like, not too long ago, we had that story where she was like, oh my gosh, I might not even live for this game to come out.
Yeah.
That's like, well, at least you'll be in it, even if you don't get to play it.
That's right. Yeah, she is 82.
Yes.
So that's a full life.
But she looks like she's all there and really spry and everything. She doesn't, look like
Yeah.
she looks like
Yeah.
a young 82 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, she's uploading videos. I think she's got like 3,000 videos, I want to say. Something
She
crazy.
calls her subscribers her grandchildren.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, we did talk about her before, yes.
She's great.
But 500,000 followers, that's incredible.
Right?
It's more than us.
Slightly.
Yeah, don't go look.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chris?
So Apex Legends, which is a game that Gabe and I like to play a lot, and we've mentioned numerous times on the show, they had a patch recently that dropped. I think it actually dropped today. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
on the console side, for some people, it was wiping all of their data off of it and basically resetting them back to one.
Yes.
So not just your level, because the level really doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. You don't get like more powerful or anything with it. But it was resetting not just that, but also if you had purchased anything in the game or crafted anything with in-game stuff that you had earned, that was all gone. And there started to be some tweets about it, and then the Apex Twitter account was like, yeah, we're hearing some reports of this. And then a little bit later on in the day, by about 1:40 Eastern, they shut down the servers. To stop and see what the problem was, and they were able to resolve it. They were able to push out a patch that went live to all platforms. But even though the console side was seemingly the side that was really affected by this, and it was able to fix the issue, and it was able to return everybody's stuff and their level and everything all back to what it was, as long as you hadn't purchased anything during the time before when that patch went live and when they shut it down. Anything that was purchased in there, they said, unfortunately, that is going to be lost. But it doesn't seem like very many people were affected in that way, because the minute people jumped in and saw everything's been reset, you pretty much get the gist that something's wrong. I'm not going to make a purchase or do anything crazy like that. They were able to revert everybody back to what they were before the patch went live, and they were able to fix everything.
Oh, that's good.
It all should be good now. But for those few hours where people were in there trying to play the new update, I bet that's a little scary situation, especially if you're one of those people that has spent like, $500 on the game buying all this stuff.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris put this on our Twitter earlier this week, and we had talked about it on the show, so I just wanted to bring it back up quickly. You remember the guy that did the swatting?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then the people showed up at the guy's house and then shot him when he answered the door? Mm-hmm. That guy's getting 20 years
Wow.
Yeah.
in prison for swatting that person that resulted in a death.
Dang.
And swatting's obviously, we talked about before, not funny anyway. And then when somebody gets shot and killed, then it's really, really not funny.
Right.
And so it's just, and this is hard to say, but like, it's just nice to see something being done.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
like the guy swatted him, the guy got shot. It's like, oh, well, everybody back to your regular lives. Nothing to see here.
Right,
Sorry about that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now 20 years is going to ruin this guy's life. I don't know how jail works. But, you know, he's 26 years old. I don't know if he could get out in 10 years on good behavior or however it works. But, you know, potentially he's not out till he's 46. And so, and this is he did a plea deal. And so it's 51 federal charges related to the fake call. So,
Wow.
man, I mean, that's
Crazy.
a bad day all around. He shouldn't have
Right.
done it.
Yep.
And then the what happened was just terrible. And then, you know, now he's going to jail, which I don't know if I would have thought that like, you know, I just don't know. There's no way he would have thought 20 years in jail. That's a long time.
Yes.
But somebody died.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
like, for everyone that knew that guy, that's the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it's not just
Right.
that, oh, he called them in and you know, a bunch of city resources were used and a few people got scared. No, a person's life no longer is a thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way
that's right.
different. And it all stemmed, which granted, there's people out there who have in the past and unfortunately probably even still now have swatted just for fun. But this one in particular was all stemmed over a $1.50 bet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And somebody
That's right.
lost their life because of that. So
Which, yeah, makes zero sense. 0 cents. I didn't realize that just looking back through the story, I didn't realize that happened all the way back in 2017.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That's a long time ago. Yeah, man, that's nuts. 20 years. Golly. Hate that. What else you got, Christopher?
I'm out. My last story was the Shirley story.
The Skyrim Grandma.
Yep.
God bless her. She's going to be forever in video games. That's really, really dope. I love that. Ed, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, over on YouTube, new this week, we've got The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 4, Take Us Back. That's a little over 2 hours long. And then today put up the first 4 hours, about 4 hours of Borderlands Game of the Year edition.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we've got some free games for the PlayStation Plus.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do. Conan Exiles and The Surge.
Nope.
Like
nope,
the drink?
Nope.
Maybe?
They made a video game about that?
Perhaps?
Sweet.
Yeah, he's like, it's in VR. One person controls each finger.
That's right.
And you have to try to open it up.
But yeah, that's what we've got as far as free games. No new iTunes reviews, so it's back to you guys.
Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week we struggled to answer this question, and I'm just hoping. You know, I only see it in text, but I'm just hoping that you guys struggled like we struggled. All right,
You know
the
they
question
did
was,
because so many of them gave more than 3 answers.
yeah, exactly. Again, it was stolen from Toad's Anime, but if you could only give a full 10 out of 10 score to 3 video games, what games would they be? Mark 2. My choices give hints about my age. 3. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. 2. Super Mario World. 1. Super Metroid. All 3 games are popular in the randomizer community. Super Mario 64 is probably an honorable mention for me as the first 3D console game that was good. I like this one. This is funny. Scott L. Clark, Portal 2, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Mario Galaxy, Tetris. Zach Parkerson said, you cheated. He said, cheated how? Zach said, 3. He said, oh, snap, you're right. Portal 2, Super Mario Galaxy, and Tetris.
Nice.
I like that. That means that old Legend of Zelda got the boot.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, my gosh. Juan Pedro Garcia. A couple of games I would like to recognize that may have gotten 10s are Limbo and Inside. If you have
Oh,
not
yeah.
played them, please try them out. But those didn't make
Inside.
his top 3 either. 1, Halo MCC, Master Chief Collection. 2, Sekiro. Is that a new game?
Yeah, it's brand new.
Loving that. Yeah, everyone's loving that.
3, Apex Legends.
Ooh.
10 out of
Look
10.
at that. Wow.
Frankie Perrin at Frankie Perrin. Beyond Two Souls. Really?
What?
10 out of 10?
I didn't mind that game.
I didn't mind it either. I liked it. I actually just told somebody else they should play it. 10 out of 10 though.
That's true.
You only got 3
You only have
games?
3,
No,
that's
just-
true.
You only got 3. I liked it though.
Yeah.
But I'm a Quantic Dream fan.
It's like me
So-
saying
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3.
No, it's not that bad. He says, Overwatch and The Last of Us.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
He said, man, this was hard to not include Spider-Man. Yeah, no Spider-Man also. No, that's right. Over on Facebook, we got Curtis McCoy II, World of Warcraft, Halo, and Witcher 3.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
all 3 of those games made any of the competitor games take it up a notch, especially Witcher 3. Never been immersed into a world and hooked like that before. Can't wait for Cyberpunk. I know. I hope they have Gwent in Cyberpunk.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Jared R. Bradley, my 3 hands down, Final Fantasy X, Borderlands 2, can't wait for 3, and Fable.
Oh, wow.
The stories and I haven't heard that name in a long time. Fable, that was one of those games that I was, that should be a question of the week one week.
Who-
It's not going to be this week.
whose 3 was
but
that?
One week, that was Jared R. Bradley over on the Facebook community.
I love that
page.
they're coming up with these deep cuts that I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
I know, Fable. Hold on a second. I got to write down a question of the week real quick. That's going to be a question of the week. What game was so good that it made you jealous that you didn't have that console? Be looking for that question of the week.
We don't know when, but
Because
look for it.
Fable was one of those games. Fable, I think, was on Xbox.
Yes, it was an
And
Xbox
I was
exclusive.
so
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
jealous because I didn't have an Xbox and I really wanted to play Fable. Don't anybody say you can play it now. I don't want to play it now. I want to play it then.
I don't want to play it now.
Jared goes on to say the stories in those games have forever impacted my choice in games. If anyone points me towards a game and says they are like any of those 3, I'm checking them out for sure. Nice. Be like, oh, dude, Jared, you should freaking play Spider-Man. That's just like Final Fantasy X. Esther Niebel. Oh, yeah. Wife of Brian Niebelheim.
Nice.
From the Road Crew. She goes, oh boy. 1 Super Mario World / Super Mario RPG. That's cheating for sure.
Jeez.
That's kind of like the
Called
guy that
out.
said the Master Chief Collection, because isn't that like 18 games?
Exactly.
Buddy.
She said 1 and 1.5 is Super Mario World, Super Mario World, Super Mario RPG. 2 and 2.5 is Smash Brothers and Overwatch.
2
And 3
2.5.
standing alone is Harvest Moon.
That's funny.
That's 5 games. Mozambique 829
Nice.
over on the Discord. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Can I ask y'all this? Because I think we're all in the same boat.
Okay.
Are any of y'all like kind of sad that Zelda didn't grab you at a young age? Because these jokers
Nah, man.
love Zelda.
Yeah, I wish I had that connection.
I do too. I totally do.
I played it.
I played that.
I didn't play all
Ocarina
of them, but I
Time.
played like the NES one, and then at least one of the other ones I played a good chunk of it. I don't remember which one it was. It was at a friend's house.
Yeah.
And I remember even back then being like, I don't really, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, but that's
Okay.
just me.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, Mark Boucher says, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Batman Arkham City, and Super Mario Odyssey.
All right.
Ooh, that's a new cut, boy. New one. The _ wrong. Metal Gear Solid,
Good man.
Yep, not wrong yet. Bionic Commando. Oh, now you slippery slope. And Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver.
I haven't played that.
I don't know that one.
That's old school. That's a deep cut too.
I know it, but I not played it.
Yeah. Man, we got a lot of answers. I'm gonna read just a couple more.
They're good.
Lucas Ham Sandwich, Horizon Zero Dawn, Walking Dead Season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That stays out of 10 of 10 just for all them glitches. I can't give it 10 out of 10.
Is
all
that
them
one
glitches in
cheating
there.
because he's saying the whole season?
That is 4.
He just said
5 games?
Season 1. That's one. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
What?
A modern open world game, choose your own adventure Telltale game, and a classic retro inspired game all in a row.
A lot of people really like Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I've never played it.
I didn't either.
Let's see who else we got here. MLS Chomp. Nope, he's answering somebody. Don Starlancer, Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Again, Zelda: A Link to the Past. Is that game? Am I gonna have to get that when that comes on Switch?
I mean, you might
You
as
don't
well.
have to. Not if you don't have that
I don't want
connection.
to.
You don't have to.
I don't think I have it. Shoot, and Mass Effect 2.
Huh.
I like that. Hollywood Bowl. Ow, 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 ow. MTTG historian. All of these answers are really good, so I'm going to try to give 3 games that haven't been said before, but are my personal 10s of all time.
Wow.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
Okay.
ESPN NFL 2K5.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Mortal Kombat 2.
That's a good one.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Hollywood Bones. All right, this is the last one I'm going to read.
All right.
Vetstone. Difficult question. I'll agree with Bones on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Probably my favorite game of all time. Then I will go to World of Warcraft before the expansions. I enjoyed the grind and the game had for attuning to dungeons, getting your 300 level skills, the huge raids, etc. As the expansions arrived, the game got watered down, in my opinion. Pre-expansion era WoW is a 10. Last but certainly not least is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Everyone remembers All Gillied Up from 1,
Yep.
but that airport scene in 2 is more iconic in my book. Plus,
If you didn't
the-
skip it. Yeah.
That's right. Plus, the struggle during the end mission is amazing. Thank you guys so much for answering the questions. We appreciate it. There was a lot of answers this week. So go check them out on the Twitter and the Facebook group. And those that are on the Discord, go hit up that channel, Answer MTTG. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Like Ed said, YouTube.com/married to the games. Now on Patreon, Patreon.com/MTTG. And some team, I should have looked it up and had it, has already raised $1 million
What?
for Extra
What?
Life in 2019.
It's married to the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's not us, but we will get our team up and going within the next 8 months.
Yes, we will.
So just so you know, be
Maybe.
looking out for maybe.
No guarantee.
yeah.
This isn't the new PlayStation Store update. We're not guaranteeing any kind of return.
That's
We're not
right.
promising anything.
That's right. And Tim,
Rate us on iTunes because 5 out of 4 people admit that they're bad with fractions.
nice dad joke.
Hashtag dad joke.
That's good.
Well, let's get into some questions.
All right, start Discord. Starting with the Discord. Calm Fury, how many times are you planning on seeing Avengers Endgame opening weekend? I'm scheduled for twice, but could see myself seeing it a third time.
Oh,
Opening weekend only once.
Only
yeah.
once here.
If we're lucky with you.
Yeah, that's right. Did you get your tickets already, fellas?
Yes.
Yes.
I I
no,
saw
I did not.
I
I'll
saw
be in
Infinity
Mexico.
War. I saw Infinity War. Let's say I think it was on Friday or Saturday maybe, and I saw it that following Sunday, like either the next day or if it was on Friday, I saw it that Sunday. I saw it twice. But that's Overwatch weekend, so here in
I'll
Dallas.
tell you what,
so
though.
I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, it's true. I'll tell you what's tough, though. Wait, are you guys going together?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Man.
Doggone you guys.
I
You guys are going to that movie
if you want
together?
to come,
Oh.
I'll just be like, oh no, Stacy, I don't know what happened to your ticket. Hey, Gabe's in town. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that, babe.
That is it. Oh, man, that made it so. Oh, I feel like I just got kicked in both knees.
It's next
I'm
weekend.
so
right?
happy for you guys, but sad
No,
for
it's
myself.
the 25th.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I got my tickets and I'm super excited. The only thing I didn't consider is I'm going to that late night show
Yeah,
at
man.
10 o'clock.
You going with Brad?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah?
I am. And the run time is 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
We got the
Woo.
6 o'clock show.
That's an opus.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
It's gonna be glorious.
Yep.
though.
yeah, just one time. Who got time for this? Who got time to sit down for 3 hours again?
I mean, a lot of people.
You're about to.
Dog, I
You
can do
are
it
about
once.
to.
I can't do it twice in a weekend. My wife shoot me in the other kneecap. I ain't get kicked in.
All right, here we go. Beefmaster Serta. I'm currently at Red Robin eating dinner.
Nope.
Yeah, where there are options for most any kind of burger. Oh, wait, you got sick there, didn't you?
Yep, I can't do that.
Yeah, never mind. All right.
Me and Ed and Sarah went there one time.
What
Yeah, we did.
topping? What topping must be on your burger, and what item will never get between your buns?
I'm not
Night
a big.
show.
I'm not a big onion fan. If it comes with it, it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
But I won't go out of my way to say no onions. But I won't. If I'm making the burger, I won't put onions on it.
I only want one slice of tomato.
Oh yeah.
If you put 2 slices of tomato, one's coming off for sure. Something that needs to be on there though is, I mean, if we're talking about half twos, I'm cheese.
Of course.
oh yeah.
I don't love a hamburger.
Right.
Yeah,
I love a
good call.
cheeseburger.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
say
I
you,
like
Chris?
I want pickles on my hamburger.
Nice.
That's a must for me. And there will never be in any way at all a mushroom on any hamburger I ever eat. In fact, there will not be mushrooms on anything I eat, but definitely not a hamburger.
Amen.
You show up with a mushroom on that thing and be like, and you're going to go get mine now.
I know my wife bought what's those sandwiches that's just a mushroom? Portobello sandwich?
Portobello's.
Portobello mushroom.
Yeah.
Portobello sandwich.
Yeah, I saw that one time they called it a portobello burger. I was like, no, that's not.
No,
it's
that's
not.
a mushroom, baby.
That's from the devil.
Yeah.
We're passing that along.
That's gross, baby.
We might have talked about this, but what are you guys' thoughts on egg on a burger?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes. 110% yes.
I like it.
I need it. I don't want it to be super medium though. I don't want it to run all over the burger, but I want it to be there.
See, that's
Oh, no,
Stacy
no.
likes to have
Let that run.
or she's good with it being a runny egg. I like
Yeah.
having the egg, but I want it cooked over hard. I want
Yeah.
it like a fried egg,
No.
and then I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I don't want it runny.
Yeah.
Oh, let that run. Let that run.
Yep.
Run, Forrest, run.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gabe. Mine would. I mean, a have to is obviously cheese. I'm not. I'm a cheeseburger person, and I agree, Chris. Pickles definitely, and onions. I can't do. I don't need them in my life, in my burgers either. So
Gotcha.
There you go.
there you go. All right, who's hungry now? All right, Lucas Ham Sandwich. Tomorrow is National Tell a Lie Day, and while as a pastor I cannot condone the act of lying, I can encourage you all to play a fun little game to see how well you know each other. So play 2 truths and a lie, where you each make 3 statements, 2 truth and 1 is a lie, and then see if the others can guess or pick out the lie. Best liar wins in a deceptively immoral kind of way. Have fun, but not too much fun. Wink, wink.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shoot! I got to think about this.
Dang.
Let's see. Okay, I've got one.
All right.
Okay.
2 truths and 1 lie.
2 truths and 1 lie.
2 truths and 1 lie.
I on the road once got stuck in an elevator with 8 other guys because they were jumping up and down and tripped the earthquake sensor.
Okay.
Nice.
I once won $500 playing online poker, Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
I once got a picture with Jerry Rice at a golf.
I was gonna say, is
Shut
it
up!
the Jerry Rice one?
Shut up! At a what do you call it? Driving range.
Shut
Driving
up.
range. Golf driving range.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Is the lie?
Yes.
What say
Yeah.
you, Tim?
Yeah, I'm going Jerry Rice.
No, the elevator.
Really?
Oh,
Why'd you
yes.
struggle so much with that one then?
I know,
I
right?
couldn't think of what it was called.
He's
I was
throwing
like-
us off. He's
Man, I was
that
like,
was a
good at
good throw
improv.
off.
No,
know.
I really couldn't think of what it was called. My dad took me and my little brother to a golf range because I wanted to say course, but wasn't a golf course. Golf range when I was little, and he goes, "Hey, look, that's Jerry Rice over there." I was like, "No, it's not." He's like, "Yeah, it is." And so we went over and got a picture with him. I didn't get stuck, but my buddies did. They were singing "It's Getting Hot in Here" or something crazy as they were going on the elevator. And this is on the road. There was 10 guys actually, and they tripped the earthquake sensor, and they were trapped in the elevator for 3.5 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they were
Wow.
all like sweating and half dressed when they finally got the doors open. All right, Chris.
Shoot, man, why'd you go to me next?
All right.
I'm trying to think of the third. Okay, so I will say I have had blue hair twice. I have 5 fake teeth. And I have been to 12 Metallica concerts.
See, that's not a good one because the problem is we could be just one number off and it's the lie.
Yeah.
So
Where
that
you're
one
like,
doesn't
I only
count?
had blue hair
There
once.
wasn't no
Oh,
stipulation.
I only got 4 fake teeth. I've only been to 11 concerts. Go ahead.
I
Ed.
think it's Metallica. Even though he's a big Metallica fan.
How many concerts?
He said 12.
12.
I'm going to say he's actually been to 8.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going the Metallica one for sure. Oh, what about the teeth though? Because it could be 4 fake teeth, or it could have had blue hair once. That's the hard part of what he's set up here.
I'm going fake teeth.
I'm going Metallica. 12's a lot.
I only have 2 fake teeth.
Ah.
Yeah. Ed,
Gabe's not.
I'm so
He doesn't want
unimpressed.
to lose.
It's not about losing, but it's like I've got 735,000 hairs in my beard, or I've got 3 million things
know,
of grass
right?
outside.
I mean, I'm open about it, so you should know.
That's true. Which 2 are fake?
My canines.
Oh, wow.
The vampire
right.
teeth.
Your vampire teeth.
Vampire.
Mm.
Yep. Perfect.
It's because they're hollowed out for sucking blood.
Yeah,
All right. Edward.
I've ridden in an elevator with comedian Matt Walsh. I've ridden in
know
an
who that
elevator
is.
with
Oh,
singer
God.
Lisa Loeb. I've ridden in an elevator with actor Bill Bixby.
I'm going with Lisa Loeb is not
Yeah,
true.
my gut right
Yeah,
away
Lisa
told me
Loeb.
Lisa Loeb. I honestly don't know who the comedian is, but I feel like that one's realistic.
Yeah, it's got to be Lisa Loeb.
That's it, Lisa Loeb.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Nice.
If I had
The
said
only-
Natalie Imbruglia, that was my first choice. Would you have gone for? Would you have been fooled?
Here's the thing. You want to know what your tell was?
What was it?
The first one is somebody we've never heard of.
Uh huh.
The third one you enunciated really hard.
Really?
Bill Bixby. And it felt like neither of those 2 are very popular.
I know. I was trying to think of a singer that was really random, and I panicked at the last minute and said Lisa Loeb instead of Natalie Imbruglia.
That's amazing.
Nice.
You should have said Dido. That would have been a dead giveaway.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right, Tim.
Man, I have corn rolled my hair.
It's Corn Road, by the way.
Yes. Thank you.
Road.
Corn rode my hair.
So the first one's a lie. You never corn rolled it.
I never know what it was called. Anyway.
Go, go ahead.
Oh man,
Yep.
I don't know.
It's tough.
I'm old and I used to be a DJ. There you go.
Number 1.
No, you've cornrowed your hair before.
They're actually all true.
Yeah, I was about to say it's all true. You're just not older than Ed.
That's funny.
Just right.
But you also have been around since the beginning of time. It's a weird thing. We don't know how it works.
I know.
Yeah.
We didn't write the rules. We just live by them.
I don't explain the universe. I just was there when it was created.
Exactly.
Exactly. Nice.
Right there with you, brother. Right there with you.
I like it. That's how good a guy Tim is. Tim can't even think of a lie.
Yeah, I can't even.
That's like my buddy Pat on the road. He can't play the bad guy in board games.
Oh, really?
Like if we were to do Silent Hitler, he'd be like, "Sorry guys, it's me. I can't." Like I can't.
That's awesome. I was actually fine being Hitler. That's the weird part.
That is weird. It's because you know that you are what he dreamt of.
Yeah, right. I guess it's the German in me. Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I am the poster
hair,
boy for Hitler.
Eyes. Yeah,
Congratulations.
exactly right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There it is. I'm the poster boy for Hitler. That's your lie. /truth/lie.
That's something you want to have no part to do with. Yeah, I got you.
Right. That's right.
All right.
Lucas, that was great, man. Thanks for that. As stressful as
that was stressful. Yeah.
That was very, very good. Facebook, Brian Niebel. Mario has been made into many different games. If you were to pitch your own idea to Nintendo, what would the next Mario game be? Goofy or realistic answers are welcome.
I want Mario to be like a true superhero. I want him to be like really strong, not have to get a mushroom to have certain powers. And I think it'd be cool to have a Mario that was like could fly, and I know he's been able to fly and then shoot fire, but I want him to like fly and shoot fire and like control the wind. I don't know. I think like a uber strong Mario would be fun. But then Bowser needs to be like, because the problem with Mario is he doesn't really ever look like he could beat Bowser, but does. Yeah. Right. Like, I want Bowser to be huge, big, and bad, and then Mario to be just like equally as dope.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's a good answer.
What say you, Christopher?
So initially my head, I was like, oh, something realistic-ish, but then I don't really think that works for Mario. But then I was like, well, it's going to sound like I'm ripping you off, but my head right after that went to something like a Final Fantasy 15, where you have the big things and you run around with, I don't know what weapon he would have, because I don't know what would make sense. I don't know if it'd be a sword, but where
maybe a hammer, a big mallet.
There you go. You could have a hammer, like him and kind of again like Final Fantasy 15, where he would have it'd be Luigi'd be there, and then he'd have like a band of his guys, and they would go out and fight big, really large monster kind of things. Is what I thought initially.
I like it.
Nice.
What about you, Ed?
There may have been one. I don't know all of the Mario games, but I would enjoy any kind of a rhythm game with Mario.
Ooh. I like that a lot.
That's a good idea.
I love rhythm
Mario
games.
Beat Saber.
Was there not some kind of rhythm game with a Mario?
Maybe.
Game?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Huh. Okay.
I would love the roles reversed. I would love Mario to be a bad guy, and like maybe Princess Peach is trying to rescue him from himself or something like that, and Bowser's like his second in command.
Yeah.
And so
kind of like a Injustice, like with how Superman turns bad, but Mario is bad in a way.
Yeah, I would love to see Mario actually be bad, but Gabe, like you said, like be like big and huge.
Yeah.
And just bad.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be
I
cool.
actually do really like that.
Nice. Make that happen, Nintendo. Let's
There
go.
you go.
All right. Eric Thompson. It's time to start stoking the fires of hype. Yes, hype fires. For Extra Life 2019.
Oh, see?
Team MTT. You knew Eric was going to be on this.
Yeah.
Team MTTG is back in a big way with a healthy fundraising goal and lots of enthusiasm after a great showing last year.
Oh, shoot.
Have any of you started to contemplate how you'll participate in this year's campaign?
What's the goal?
How many Hot Wings challenges will we have? What's the most embarrassing thing you think will happen to Router at 2:30 a.m.? Let's stir up the spirit of this worthy fundraiser. Join up now. Hashtag for the kids.
Hashtag for the kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need to go see what our goal is, because that's scary sounding already.
I know, right?
I'm already worried about it.
Nothing's ever good with a healthy fundraising goal.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That can't be a good thing. That's not a good number.
Super high.
So thanks for telling us.
Yeah. Thanks for the old heads up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, your head has been upped right now.
Yep.
Oh shoot. Let's see. I'm still trying to find what our situation is. Shoot.
Yeah, when am I going to start thinking about it? I didn't know that we already had.
Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing he put it at 10,000. That's what I'm guessing. Oh man.
Probably.
I mean, that seems like a good goal to have based on last year.
Yep, it's 10,000. I just saw it.
Yep.
There
it is.
extra-life.org/team/MTTG.
Go there now because we're panicking already.
Exactly.
Yep.
I am signing up right now. I'm joining the team. All right. $10,000. We've already got 141 raised though, guys. So I mean, we can do this.
Woo. That's in. We're in. That's awesome. Eric, thank you for that. As always, we always appreciate you kind of being the captain of this. And so thanks for letting us know how much we need to raise.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's always good.
I like how even in the question he didn't tell us.
I know, right?
He just told us it was
said
healthy.
And we all know healthy is bad.
Oh my God. That's why I eat these burgers, baby.
That's right. Give me those pickles and that egg on there.
Yeah,
Double
healthy
it.
bad.
All right. Mike Doherty, good game you can replay or great game, but you can only play once?
Oh, great game.
That you can only play once?
I think so. Is he saying you got to choose one?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I'm only going to play The Last of Us once. I only played it once.
That's a good
And
good
I'm
point.
so glad that I had that experience. I'm so glad.
And you didn't play BioShock Infinite again, did you?
No.
Wow,
Bro.
yeah, that's right. You don't really replay games, do you?
No, I do not.
He doesn't.
No.
Wow.
I know he's weird.
He's one and done.
Weird.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Says the two guys with no kids.
I have played games before.
See, man.
Again, I'm with you. But I usually like to move on.
Yeah. It depends too. Like, I mean, if it's
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, even like the Order 1886, that was only 4 hours long. I had no time for that.
No, I didn't have no time to finish that the first way.
Oh, I loved that. I enjoyed that game.
I loved it too, but
I don't play a ton of games, replay a ton of games, but I will definitely replay games. Mm-hmm. I've done it this generation.
Yeah.
so you'd rather play a good game you can replay than a great game you can only play once.
But it depends on the game too, because like I would love to keep playing Overwatch over and over. That's a good
Yeah, but
game.
great and good is the difference here.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
I was going to say that,
You know
but
what?
that's a great game.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with
yeah,
you,
that's
Gabe.
right. That's exactly right.
I'm with you, Gabe. Great game, only once.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Because then you always have that with you. You'll always have that.
Yes.
Yeah, and you won't. You play it again, you won't get that feeling, that same feeling.
Man, I want to say the opposite, but y'all are making good points.
Yep.
That's what we do, baby.
Okay, I
how we roll,
still
baby.
hold to that it's weird that you don't play games again ever, but I will go for the sake of the question. I'm going to go great game.
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about this too. I mean, because I think it's weird too, but like, it's not, the thing's not there for me anymore. Like, if I know exactly what I'm walking into, the thing that was amazing about The Last of Us is like sitting on the edge of my seat, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Like, if I'm just like sitting back in the couch and like, oh, I know I got to get this over here and throw this bottle and then I'll distract him and run around, I'm not getting the story again. I already know it.
Yeah, but then you can discover things you didn't on the first time because you're like, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? And you're distracted with the tense situation.
And with a game like The Last of Us, there is a lot of stuff in that game that you don't pick up on a first playthrough.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you pick up on it in the second playthrough. And,
Like what?
well, I mean, I haven't played it like yesterday, so I can't tell you a specific example, but like all the little
I
quips
know.
and things that Ellie does, like, for instance, when I'm doing mid-game spoilers for The Last of Us, so if you haven't played, you're in a bad situation. But there's the area where they're with homeboy that you met at E3 that he played that character and the brother, I forget their names.
Henry.
Yeah, and they're in the store and Henry wants that toy and his brother's like, no, we don't steal things or whatever. And then Ellie actually picks up the toy in that store and then stuffs it in her bag and walks out. And then later on, she presents him with the toy. But you can see her, you don't see it directly because she waits for you to look away. But if you look back quick enough, you see her stuffing it into her backpack and then going away. Little touches and things like that I did not even know existed the first time I played through that game. And
I'm a little stuck on my ways too. Like, I don't know if I would play a game much different the second time than the first time. So I don't even know if I would catch something like that.
And there are even like story beats you might not pick up on. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that's why they said that. Or now that you know what's going to happen, when they say something that might foreshadow it, you'll be like, oh, wow, they were planning this from the beginning. Or
to me, it's a situation where, yes, I understand in a video game there's a lot of things you have to do, and like puzzles you may have to unlock, and boss battles you have to beat. I understand that exists, but you tend to play the ones that you tend to think are great games, Gabe, are games that have a really good story. And to me, it's like, yes, while it did take 12 hours to do, it's basically the same as a movie. There's tons of movies I've rewatched. So why wouldn't I want to consume a really great story again?
Yeah.
It seems weird to me that I'd want to be like, nah, man.
Yes.
I don't want that great story again.
I'm not saying it's weird that people do it.
I know. I'm saying it's weird that you don't.
Yes. But I also don't rewatch movies.
What?
Then you're really weird.
I know.
I think it's weird that you don't think that's weird.
It feels like a waste of time. There's so much stuff I haven't.
So, like, if there's a good movie just on, if you have the TV on and a good movie that you've seen before pops up, are you changing the channel?
Oh, no, I'll leave it on. But I'm not going to be like, ooh, baby, let's go rent The Matrix. It's my favorite movie. Let's watch it tonight.
To me, that makes as much sense as saying, I only listen to every song once.
Yes.
Yeah, but songs I can like be doing something else. We're talking about
but then you're not really listening.
Sitting it down and shutting it down, and I can't even listen to my favorite songs no more. We canceling all the stars I grew up loving, so I don't even know what to do.
We gotta stop making documentaries about my heroes.
I know. I'm gonna need HBO to shut it down.
I can't listen to nothing no more.
Yeah, can everybody mind their business for 5 years? I'm trying to be a fan.
All right.
I'm just kidding. We need to out terrible people that do terrible things.
Gabe's got no singers. I've got no comedians.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking all our stars, Ed.
Everybody just behave.
Exactly. I'm not so bad about the people out and the people. I'm mad at the people in the first place.
That's right.
Stop being jerks.
All right. Let's get to the final question, shall we?
Yes.
Scott Clark. Here's a question we posted on our show this week. What's an unpopular opinion you have regarding video games, i.e., a game you move that... you must have meant love. A game you love that everyone hates, a game you hate that everyone loves, or an opinion you have about anything in the industry that is very different from the majority of gamers.
Yeah, I mean, my thing was Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, cool. Glad it's a thing. But I know a lot of people don't hold that stance. Ed?
I still have trouble explaining that I just can't... It's very similar to what you're saying, Gabe, that I just can't click with Nintendo without Nintendo people getting all upset about it. I'm just...
Yes.
I try to be somewhat diplomatic and say it's just not, I a lot of times will follow up and say it's just not for me, or it's just not me. Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem to work.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Ed, I'm with you because I just don't play Nintendo. I don't really like Nintendo.
Yep.
And like, I'll say it, I just don't. It's just their games, they're cute and all. I respect Nintendo hugely for what they've done. I just don't play most of their games, with the exception of maybe once in a while of Mario Kart. But I just don't. I'm not a follower of Nintendo at all. Like, I don't. Like, when Reggie left, I'm like, okay, great. Who's next? And it doesn't. Like, he didn't do anything for me, and it's just how and probably because I didn't grow up playing games.
That makes a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have zero attachment to Nintendo.
Yeah.
The first thing I ever had as a grown man was PlayStation. So I definitely lean toward PlayStation. And so that's just how and I'm not really going backwards, I'm moving forwards.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about
Bring
you?
on the hate mail.
Yeah, what about you, Chris?
Offset analog sticks make not a lick of sense and is the dumbest thing on the earth.
Ooh.
They
I
are the
agree
dumbest
with
thing.
you.
Now, I can make it work, fine.
Yep,
But
yep,
it makes no sense. My hands are not built that way.
I
Why?
agree with you.
That makes no sense.
I don't think you're alone in that sentiment.
I know.
No, not at all.
But I feel like way more people. Granted, this generation PlayStation is more popular, but I think overall, like if you were to poll gamers, I feel like offset sticks more people would prefer that. I
Really?
feel like now it may just be because I live and breathe and focus a lot in shooter realms.
Yeah.
And in the shooter community in particular, it's very much that way. But I just feel like almost everybody, even if they're cool with the PlayStation controller, they would prefer it to be offset. And I don't understand it. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I don't get it at all.
Huh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. There it is. Thank you, Scotty. That was a great question. I appreciate it. That is it for all the questions, folks.
Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is the first week we did not have a quick fire in the past like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Doggone it. I like those.
I know.
those are
I
fun.
guess sometimes you just got to take a break from
There
them.
you go.
Yeah, exactly. We got our quick fire in the form of 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a
Oh,
lie.
there you go.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah, just a reminder, Chris has only got 2 fake teeth.
I should have just said I have fake teeth. I've had blue hair.
Yes, that's what you said. Yeah.
And then
right.
I don't know what I would have done for the Metallica one.
You could have still said I went to 12 Metallica shows. Because that's still an outlandish number
True.
of shows. Yeah.
I only have 12 teeth.
Nice. Nice.
That'd be a good one, too. Okay, walking down memory lane here. What
Yes.
was your video game store of choice as a kid? When you were a kid and you were like, I'm going to the gaming place. What place was that? What place did you love to go and get your video games, Chris?
Actually, more often than not, I went to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I bought my PlayStation, my original
Yep.
PlayStation. I think I also bought my PS2 there. No, I did not buy PS2 there, but I bought my second controller for PS2 and a bunch of memory cards and obviously games. Most of that stuff was bought in that time frame at Toys R Us.
There you go. Or as my grandmother called it, Toys and R Us. I was like, where does that N come from?
That's amazing.
Like, y'all want to go to Toys and R Us? I was like, heck yeah, however you say it, I want to go.
Love that.
And she
Oh
dropped
my
you off
gosh.
at Babies in R Us. You're like, what?
This is not what I meant.
There better not be no babies in our us.
Exactly. Like, this is the home in an R Depot.
Oh, that's
I'll
good.
be in our lobby. I'm not doing crafts.
Oh, that's so good.
I like it. Eduardo,
Does she also say Walmart's?
I don't remember if she said Walmart's. I don't remember her ever going there. But it was definitely Toys and R Us.
Toys and R
It
Us.
stuck out.
In our us.
Yeah.
That's
Y'all go to
amazing.
Toys and R Us? Yes, we do.
I think that's a dinosaur.
It might be.
We didn't, growing up, we didn't have a game store. We grew up in small town Indiana in the 70s and early 80s. So if we would go to Fort Wayne and go to the mall or go
Yeah.
to Kmart or Toys and R Us, maybe we'd pick one up there, but there wasn't like a specific spot for us.
Oh, there you go.
Did Radio Shack used to sell games or like?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't remember them
think
ever
so.
selling
I don't think
games.
so.
No.
I don't remember them selling them, at least.
No, I don't either. But
Yeah, did you not? You probably didn't go anywhere either, did you, Tim?
no, I would go. Like, I would go to Toys R Us for toys. I wasn't looking at video games. I was looking at like Transformers and GI Joes and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Star Wars. So yeah, the funny thing was video games is just kind of far from my mind.
Yep.
I was into the actual toys.
Yep. Do you guys remember Funko Land?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, Funko Land. That was I remember it was the first place that my buddy was like, dude, we got to go to Funko Land. I was like, why? And he was like, because you could take your games and they'll give you money for them and they'll go towards new games you want to get. And then they let you play whatever you want to in there.
Yep.
And I was like, what? We have to go to this place.
Is that related
Now.
to like the Funko Pops? Is that the same thing?
No. Funko Land, I think, was eventually bought by like the whole GameStop, EB Games.
They were bought
you
out by
know.
somebody, yeah.
Was Funko Land a California thing?
No, I had it in Texas. I went there.
No, yeah, we
numerous
had it here in
times.
So it's a
Tennessee
national.
too.
Oh, it's national. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I
It's-
would go when I did want to sell a game. I would go to Funko Land.
You would?
Wow.
Yeah, and I actually bought
Oh.
we bought a used, I think PS1 from them for a friend of mine.
Wow.
Like I went with him when he bought it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of
Yeah.
it online, and I don't recognize the logo or the font or anything.
Yeah, man. We went to Funko
Wasn't
Land.
there?
I love that
their
place.
logo was like all different colors. Like each
Yep.
letter was a different color.
It looks
yeah.
It was like
Google.
Google. It's like Google.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks surprisingly like Google. I know, looking at it.
Conspiracy,
Yeah,
perhaps.
they were way ahead of the game on the different color letters.
That's even a pretty similar font, just in bold,
Yeah. We know where Google went for their games.
right?
patent pending. Yeah, exactly.
Funko Land. Yeah, Funko Land. That was the place. Let us know what video game place was your store of choice as a kid, and we will walk down memory lane together next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. 3 months in the books.
342.
342 in the books.
I want to in the edit. I want to just overdub that and go
Please.
42.
Please do. Please do. Oh, that was good.
Oh, that's funny. I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games. And we're up out this thing. Peace! Thank you guys so much for being here. 3
42.
in the books.